Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Wait and see a few people come in here. For the people that ain't in here yet. Oh, yeah, I see some there. Hey, Cajun Mom. Hey, Cajun Mom. Hey, I think you changed your name, didn't you? That, I don't remember what it was, but that's a better name for you right there. Hello there, Miss Larissa. Hey, yeah, we're starting to get a few people coming in now. Tell everybody, happy Valentine's Day. Oh, I remember Valentine's Day at school was special. Y'all remember that? Hey there, Miss Carol. And hello to everybody. And welcome to the new channel. You know, I told you I'll be doing some on here, you know. Once in a while, it won't be all the time. I heard Kathy say the other day I was trying to get this channel going. That's not really what I'm doing. This channel's already going. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this channel, y'all, is already going. And a lot of the stuff that's on this channel is seasonal videos. Like, it's got a lot of antenna stuff on it. It's got a lot of everything on it, but you know, I mean, ain't nobody's putting the antenna up when it's snowing. It's snow everywhere, you know. And then there's some real popular boat motor videos on there. There ain't nobody doing that neither. Yes, my grandkids did theirs Friday at school, and they loved it. Especially, yeah. Hey, we used to get them cars, you know. I don't know about y'all, but like, we all give everybody a card, you know. Hey there, Miss Pamela. Oh, about what I was talking about, Kate said I was trying to get this channel going. This is just whenever I put a video on Southern Ideas, is when I'll come to this channel. And I put a video on there today on Southern Ideas. So them will be the days when I come over here, you know. And we'll have a good time. It'll be the same as if I'm talking to 500 people. It won't be no short. It'll be the same. That's what bands do, you know. They go have a concert. You play every concert like you play them for 50,000 people. And it's the same way on YouTube. Yeah, uh, I remember that Valentine's Day at school like it was yesterday. Then it'd be over. But we'd look at them cards. You know, some of them would be kind of fancy, you know. Some of them would be kind of fancy cards. And that, remember them little box of candy that had the hearts? And they said stuff on, you know, they had writing on there. Hey there, Sabrina. That candy wasn't no good. But we'd eat it anyway, you know. Oh, I talked to Mom a while ago. If you want someone's Valentine, you can still be a good-hearted person. There, Miss Davy. Miss Davy, are you the one that's blocked on Southern Ideas? Are you blocked somewhere? Somebody told me that there was a Debbie that was wanting to be unblocked, but they didn't say the last name. Is it you? Oh, okay. All right. What channel you blocked on, Debbie? Tell me where all you blocked at. Just let me know and I'll do it after I get off of here. Hey, y'all, block is not forever. I just copied her name where I can unblock her. Putting it in right so I don't forget. Yeah, I ain't got no Valentine, John. I only got one Valentine. Hey there, Charles. I only got one Valentine. And she's in the bed. I tell you what I'm fitting to do though. If I can, I don't really like to do nothing like this when I'm trying to, uh, like do a video, but I'm gonna get me a couple of moderators here. All right, Charles. Charles is a trusted moderator. And Pamela Vargas. Pamela Vargas is a trusted moderator. Blocking another is for cowards. Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, I don't know about all that. But hello there, Helona. And y'all, as far as anything happening today too much, most exciting thing happens. I talked to Mom on the telephone. I'll tell y'all a little bit about it. Tammy done a couple of videos. Hello there, KK. Hey, I'm glad y'all come in here. I told Mom I was gonna go live, so she might be in here too. She don't chat, you know. She's liking that dog, you know. But Tammy went to town and she got some footage. I ain't messed with it yet, you know. I kind of just looked through it a little bit. Hey, that's sweet Jenny. Well, he's watching a movie and then I got on the phone with Mama and usually when I get on there, I'm on there with her a pretty good while. But everything's going pretty good. Jamie might like to get something for Valentines, but I've hardly ever done that. I have done it, you know, but Tammy's not somebody you know that she's not really. She's actually about perfect, you know. You know, nobody's perfect, but she's pretty doggone good now. Hello there, Sabrina. Y'all, last night, I mean, it was about 1:30. I was going to go live and I had it all the way to the last step. Because they had some breaking news about that, you know, about the missing woman, you know. But I was kind of listening to it as I was filling everything out, making a thumbnail and all that. I was kind of listening to it. And they didn't know nothing. You know, except when they had the right team out or whatever it was, you know. Hey, Sabrina, me too, you know, we all hope that she's okay, but I got a bad feeling about it. That's a long time to have somebody, you know. And I guarantee you the news like has ran the people off, you know. You know, whoever done that, you know what I mean? You know, if it was me that done that, well, I'd be like trying to get just as far away from everything as I could, you know. Yeah, happy Valentine's to all of y'all. Hey, y'all, we live a pretty good life. You know, if everything, you know, was you just born rich, I mean, you wouldn't even know what to do, you know. All the investigators seems bought. That, yeah, they are. But, you know, I mean, I hope we find out what happened with the woman. And you know how the FBI is trying to keep their methods a secret. I thought about that too. Maybe they ought to tell their secrets. And maybe it'll stop some of this madness. You know, if people knew, you know. I better not do that. I think they track them people from space. They can do that, y'all. Hey, y'all, if we can get on Google Earth and point to your house, go right to your address. Imagine what they can do. But, them people smarter than me, I reckon. I don't see the big secret. Home to candy and floors. Jingle in the pocket is exactly right. Exactly right. I don't care what's the news. Hey, Jeannie, I don't watch it like I did. And you can go over there and watch it about that woman. They don't know nothing. Can you imagine them coming in your house, kicking in the door, interrogating you for them saying okay and then leave? I didn't know they doing that, but I was all the way on the last step. I was all the way on the last step last night. And let me see if I even see I'll show y'all how close I was to going live. If I can. It's just a picture, and I don't know if I can do that. I can, but I ain't gonna sit here and try to. But I was just gonna show y'all I done made the thumbnail to go live last night. And I even heard the news people talking, they got off. You can't stand there and talk about breaking news and ain't even nothing breaking, you know? I was talked to Mom a little while. I was telling her where the man lives. It's right down the road. It's before you get to the store. Those of you that watch regular know we don't live far from the school, And the man lives before you get to the school. And, somebody, an expert, to work on her where the rat chewed them wires up. That stuff used to be, when I lived in Arizona, there was so many missing people. The border is right there. That's what Tammy was saying. KK, that's what Tammy was saying last night. They take that rich woman, and it's on all day long. All day long. And they don't have nothing, y'all. Lives so close to the border. Yeah. Yeah, I actually think it was about like what I was saying, I think somebody seen her. And then, you know, that person might be connected to somebody across the border, you know. But I mean, I don't know. I'm just guessing, you know. But that's what I think, you know, somebody seen her. They talking about, you know, like it was just a robbery. I mean, they saying it could be. It could be the man that fell out of the moon done something, you know. You can say anything, you know. And they have. They have. They have said it all. Has anybody said whether her credit cards or debit cards have been used? No, they know better than that. And people know better than that, Sabrina. They know about that, getting rid of that phone too. Is right, Danny, about leaving the hood up, keep rats out. We had to do that in Arizona. Yeah, that camper's got a little hood on it, and I leave it open too. And sometimes it gets closed because it don't look very good having your hood up. But I mean, you know, Mama's got to put some rat poison out for them, you know. Hey Jimmy. Not too much, Jimmy. But what I done, y'all, is I took a little plastic tackle box. It wasn't big as nothing, but like you could close it. And I drilled a round hole in its side where a rat could go in it. And I screwed it down to the floor where it couldn't be moved. And, you know, and I made a little trough in there where it would hold the rat poison. And, you know, so, and, I mean, see, we got a squirrel problem too. We got a rat problem, we got a squirrel problem, and we got a cat problem. Are you leaving, Jeannie? All right there, Jeannie. Hey, good night, Jeannie. Happy Valentine's Day. Grandma's about overwhelmed about everything, you know, tearing up. But I mean, if you own a house, you are almost always having to do something, you know. That dog, I heard her talking about, you know, that dog likes to chew, you know. I was did too. We'd see them chewing a drop cord or something other, and, you know, we told them to stop, you know, to quit. I don't know how many times. It was Lady the one that was doing it. And she done got over there and we didn't know it. We heard her, you know, bark, you know, this unusual barking. It shocked her. It probably shocked her pretty good in her mouth. You know, it's bad enough to get shocked with your hands. But in your mouth, it's pretty bad. And they quit that, y'all. Them dogs quit doing that. Pay attention to those who protest the most or uglier. Yeah. You done lost me, Alona. They, I seen on the news where it passed a house, and then it went, a step further. The house is over 500 people, and they voted to send it on. I reckon to the Senate, like voter ID. I don't know how that turned out. I mean, hey, look here. Me and my buddies, we near about can't hardly take it no more. Hold on a minute, y'all. Did voter ID pass the bill?
Whether voter ID passed depends on if you're looking at the federal or what's happening in individual states. Here is the current landscape as of February 2026. Federal level, the Save America Act. A major piece of federal legislation called the Save America Act, an expanded version of the previous Save Act, has seen significant movement recently. Status. It passed the U.S. House of Representatives on February 11th, 2026,
That's
with
right.
a narrow vote of 218 to 213.
Yep.
What it does, it aims to mandate documentary proof of citizenship, like a passport or birth certificate, for voter registration nationwide and requires a photo ID to cast a ballot in federal elections. The catch, while it passed the House, it faces an uphill battle in the Senate due to the filibuster. It is not currently the law of the land for all 50 states. State level, a patchwork of laws. Because states primarily run their own elections, voter ID passing happens state by state. Existing requirements. As of late 2025, 36 states already have some form of voter ID law in place. Recent changes. In 2025 alone, at least 16 states passed new restrictive voting laws, many of which tightened existing photo ID requirements or added new ID rules for mail-in ballots, notably in states like Utah and Ohio. Current trend. Many Republican-led legislatures are actively pushing to move from non-photo ID requirements to strict photo ID requirements ahead of the 2026 midterms. Summary.
That's what happens when you ask a smart person a question, too.
It is definitely a moving target right now. If you're hearing that it passed, you are likely hearing about the Save America.
All right. It heard that, what I say? I did see on the news where they were saying that about 75 or 80% of the people did want voter ID. But I don't know. Hey, they gonna do whatever they do, y'all. And I done about to get like everybody else. Don't make no difference what we think. They do whatever they want to do. And there ain't nothing we can do about it. They just let them do what they want to do because that's what they're going to do anyway. It is all rigged. That's for sure. They tell me they're going to be. I used to kind of worry about that stuff. But I asked this AI before about, about what's going to happen. And exactly what we think is going to happen is going to happen. It ain't good. I'm like that man, what's his name? Why come we can't just all get along? But it has been very, very quiet day. Very quiet. Can't go do nothing. William, he bought this place in Wrightsville, this building. I don't know how many years ago it was. But you know how they make buildings in between buildings, you know. They all link together. They're not separate buildings. And he went in there and he tore that building down. He bought the land and the building. And he tore that thing all the way down to the dirt. And he started from right there, building it back. And he done it all himself too. William smart, y'all. He done it all himself. And he had that upholstery shop where he makes the big money, you know. And then he's like trying to go down there to that restaurant, open up a pizza shop. He was trying to go down there and man, he was like wearing his car out, going back and forth. I hit him a little while down there. That Wrights was a kind of rough town, and they was delivering pizzas is what they was doing. It's a pizza place. They was delivering pizzas, making pizzas and delivering them, and he was doing good. And he told me, you know, there was people down there running a cash register that was stealing. He had a camera, went and looked at it, seen where they was doing it. Wasn't getting no money back. He didn't get no money back. And he doing that, you know, I mean, I don't know what the straw was that broke the camel's back. But this is what he told me. This is what he told me after the smoke cleared. He said it's like being on a chain. That restaurant's like being on a chain. And you won't always believe it, you know. This YouTube's kind of like that too. It takes a lot of our time, you know, and you might not never be thought about this neither, but it's the cherry picked time. It's the time when you say, well, I believe I'd like to go fishing. It's the time of the day when you like to get out of the house and do something. But I gotta make a video first. And boy, that just does it, you know. And we do it pretty easy, y'all. Like I'm so fast at editing and everything. We do it pretty easy, but it ain't like that for everybody. You know, if you're not doing nothing, if you're not never doing nothing, it's not really a big deal. Sounds like working a regular. It is. It is, drummer. How you doing, man? Hey, drummer. You know, I've been knowing you a long time, partner. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Here's the rules, though. Here's the rules. You are a moderator now. And the rules are all moderators have to show up. So type something there, drummer son, to see if you're a moderator. Yeah, that's the thing about it, y'all. Is you know, even like grandma, you know, them. She only goes live 3 times a week. And time really passes. Pretty fast. And it's getting faster. Drummer son, you gonna type something where I can see if you're a moderator? All you do is block people that get, you know, like on here saying, you know, block people that's acting up, you know. You shouldn't ever have to use that moderator power. But you do need some. Hello there, KK. Oh, I done spoke to you, Anna. They, one of my buddies, I talk about him every now and then, y'all. And y'all know him. There you go. I'm not a moderator. I'm just a nobody. Well, that's what I am too, drummer son. I guarantee you I'm a nobody. But you are a moderator now, I see that. So this guy that I'm friends with, I showed y'all his picture one night. He's got a bunch of land that they hunt on. He leases the land from a timber company. And it's a pile of money to lease that land. But he's got members. And they pay a lot, you know. They pay a lot of money, you know, to go down there and hunt. But they can go down there and hunt and camp out. The river's on that land, and you can ride down to the river. Yeah, well, he wasn't chatting there, Pamela. And he decided the other day he was going to have this four-wheeler ride on his river land. Uh, and I guess what I was going to say, y'all, is, I don't know if I'm going to go or not, you know. Yeah. Hey, we all, like drummer son, talking about a nobody. Hey, sometimes we all feel like that. But I do feel like a nobody. I actually want to be a nobody. I actually want to be a nobody. I don't want to be the loudest in the crowd. To stand up, look at me. I just want to sit back like drummer son. And I don't mind being a nobody. Not a bit. And y'all believe it or not, Mama wants to remain a nobody too. She just wants to do what she's doing, you know. And but anyway, he's having a raffle, raffle. I'm not saying that right, a raffle. He's got some GUNs, and he's raffling off a couple of them and gonna have that 4-wheeler ride. You see what I'm saying now? Okay. Uh, I'm not sure if I want to go down there. I mean, I can take the camper down there, I don't want Tammy to go. I mean, I reckon she could go. But I wouldn't want her out. Of them some wild people. Dublin people's wild, y'all. But if I do go, I will film. And say, well, I want to see it live. If you seen it live, you would never see it. Because it's on Riverland. There ain't no internet down there. And there's actually a lot of places like that. But he'll be cooking down there. I mean, I kind of want to go. And if I did go, I kind of would want to take the camper. But then again, I might just want to drive my little truck down there and just leave when I get ready. I bet some of y'all know what I'm talking about. You can't watch TV down there. Unless you take, recorded movies. Because there ain't no internet. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they have 4-wheeler ride and they have a good time. And I used to do that, y'all. Me and Steven used to do it. They was a little gang of us used to do it. And I didn't know it. But we was videoing, when we was doing it. We was videoing here and there. And, in that little group, and, in like different rides, I noticed like there was people that was hanging around with us that I didn't even know. But they knew me. I mean, I finally realized all that. Yeah, I could do that now. I could do that, Jimmy. I could take an antenna down there and it'll pick something up. It don't matter if it is in the woods, it'll pick something up. Antenna ain't like internet. And I don't know if Stephen would want to go, but I could take Stephen's buggy down there. It'll be wild. I guarantee you, it'll be wild. Hey there, Kathy. Yeah, it'll be wild down there, y'all. And I really don't want Tammy around no bunch of mess. Y'all, I take care of Tammy. And I don't want her around no bunch of stuff. I told a bunch of men one night, I said, I don't ever bring Tammy around y'all. I said, 'cause y'all a bunch of stupid old men. I don't want Tammy around no stuff. Bunch of old men talking about women all the time. And I told them that too. And I actually cuss more on here than I do when I'm talking to Tammy, 'cause Tammy don't care for that too much. Danny, I love listening to you talk about the river. It reminds me of a song that I loved. My first. Oh, I hear you there. It took me a minute to read it there. This guy, y'all, that guy that has that land teacher told us we wasn't going to never amount to nothing. We did amount to a little bit, but he said we wasn't going to never amount to nothing. That's also the one that found my pint of liquor at the high school dance. I was stupid, y'all. We was at the dance and like having the time of our life. And all the teachers wanted to dance with me. And I felt pretty good. We drank that pint of golden grain. And I took the bottle and throwed it under the stage. That was a temporary stage. And whenever they moved that stage, man, that teacher got on me, boy. he got on to me about that, but like, like, the joke was on him. Tammy and them women and all the girls, they had a ball. Tammy and the other girls at school and the teachers, the women teachers, You know, teachers like to dance too. And a lot of times, I don't say too much about it no more, but men forget them women's got them a tiger running. I'm talking about the wife. I think they kind of forget that. I didn't ever forget it. I made it a point not to forget it. They ain't changed. They still a woman. When, even if it is a school teacher, a woman school teacher, she wants to have fun too. And I think that's why the man got so mad at me. All the stuff he was sitting there saying to me. And you could go back and look at the videotape. I didn't never sit down. The whole prom night, didn't never sit down. But when there was music, I didn't sit down. Man, I felt so good when there was music playing. Golden Green might have had a little bit to do with it. He was talking about like, that'll kill you. Me and that boy, me and my buddy, it's all his fault anyway. I mean, really it is. We walk up here to the economic classroom and get the ashtrays out. Hey, we'd make us some drinks and put ice back in the ashtrays and put them back in the refrigerator, in the freezer. Yeah. And this guy that got all that land, he was also included in what never going to amount to nothing. And he wound up doing pretty good for himself. And I done all right, y'all. What my family had a bunch of, hey, thank you, Sabrina. My family had a bunch of good Christmases. They always had school clothes. They always had money to go to the fair. They always had money to go to Six Flags. They got old enough, they got cars. We helped them, and they didn't really have to work. Stephen helped me, Stephen always made big money, since he was 12 years old. I paid him. I didn't cheat him because he was my son and because I could. I paid just as much as I did a grown man. And he was better than them too. He was faster. But this boy, that's the one I'm talking about, that's got all the land, and he was going to be a failure in life too, that's the one that's throwing the ride. And there's another boy that used to hang around with us. I don't never hear from him too much. But boy, we used to go to that river, boy. So I tell you a little bit about the river there. We started going down there, y'all. We had boat and motors when we was in school. But we worked, we had jobs. And we started going down there when we was young. Still in school. And the hunting, the fishing, the hunting, the woods, the camping. And that ain't all, So see, the way this what I wasn't my daddy's life. I didn't follow my daddy's life. Stephen did. Stephen followed his daddy's life. And there's a lot of other people that did too. That followed, I used to take them fishing and hunting. Whenever they was little. And they grown me in there, That's who Stephen went. Well, Stephen went one of them Lake Sinclair the other day. And been twice, Lake Sinclair. And, they went down a different road than what I led was what they wanted to do. I didn't always just hang around a bunch of men and didn't want the youngins around. I was a youngin' person, and I still am. So, I'm still like that, It ain't nothing changed, but like all my grandyoungins, they big, But them grandyoungins was the best time of my life. Them grandyoungins. No doubt in my mind. Damn, Dina had a couple of youngins. She got 3, You got one daughter, you don't never hear about her too. Well, you don't never hear about none of them too much, I don't reckon, but she got 3 youngins, and they, Dina and Tammy go rambling around. I keep the youngins, And then they spent the night over here, sometimes 2 weeks, sometimes a month. And they like hung around with us, If I went fishing, they went fishing. They didn't stay home with Tammy. If I went, they went. And camping. Yeah. I see that there, Lona. But that's what they grew up to be, I called up one of them the other day, one of her Dina's sons. I said, man, what kind of fish finder do I need to get? Because he's an expert. He's more of an expert than I am about fish finders and everything. Because that's what his life is. Because of the life I led, that's what his life is. And there's quite a few people that followed in our foot tracks. And Tammy and Dina go down there, Daddy's, say, where's the youngins at? Danny's got them. You know, later on they go back. Where's the youngins at? Danny's got them. They go back, 3 months later to a month later. Where's the young? Danny's keeping the youngest. He starts realizing he didn't have me pegged out for no babysitter. He didn't see me being a babysitter. But like a lot of people don't know me, they think they know me. They don't know me. I love to hang around with them youngest more. Well, than I did the grown people. And they was in school, stuff. I couldn't always go. I'd go somewhere and catch the fish really biting. I'd go to the schoolhouse and say, talk to the principal. I didn't want to stand there and lie, I said, I found the fish really biting down at the river swamp. I said, I wonder what you thought about if I get these 3 boys out of school. He said, I think that's a wonderful idea. And son, I did. Wild hog hunting. We was down there videoing. There was 2 wild hogs fighting. And boy, that's the scariest thing you ever seen. I mean, they tearing the woods apart. And Stephen had the camera in his hand. Or it might have been me. You could see me, I think it was me. The video kept rolling. You see me lay that camera down and climb the tree. Hog was running at me. But 2 wild bullhogs fighting. It'll make their hair stand up on you, son. And we loved it. I seen Stephen climb a few trees too. But I told him, if a hog's running at you to climb a tree, they won't stand there and hang around the tree, But if you're standing in their path, they'll get you. But they won't, if you climb that tree, they'll just run on by. But I mean, if he can get you while he's running by you, he will. And boy, like, I want to go so bad. But then again, I'm like William, And I guess I really kind of started realizing that. Hell, I am chained. See, I got some videos I got to edit for Tammy. And got to do it tomorrow, A real winner of Mama and Grandmom taking the wrong doors on. It's rainy, it's windy, it's this, it's that, it's something all the time, And you wake up one day and you done had 2 or 3 days where you ain't done nothing. Say, man, I feel like doing this today. Tomorrow or tonight, I got videos to edit. It's getting where I ain't having too much fun with it. Explaining everything to Tammy. Why this and why that. It ain't always what it seems. Might have been why I quit one time. Sure did. I quit YouTube for 2 years. Or it might have even been longer than that, y'all. It really might have been longer than that because time flies so fast that I can't hardly keep up with time no more. I really can't hardly keep up with time. Oh, the video Tammy got here, she doing today, I was kind of looking through it. She went and got us something to eat. It's $40. And I'll have that video soon. And Dang, Tammy. That's $40? She said, yeah. Hey, y'all, Tammy don't worry about, and I mean, if it had been $50, she won't pay it no attention. She just like that. You will hear her talking about stuff at the grocery store, but if you watch her, she ain't looking at no price. She ain't the price type. I am. I ask her all the time, how much that cost? I don't know. I said, I was asking her about it. She thought I was like saying something to her about it being $40. But that ain't why I was asking her. It's a business in East Dublin. And like I say, keep in mind, she thought I was like asking her about, wow, $40, when I was actually thinking about the business. And I seen there wasn't many people in there. And whenever I said, dang, Tim, they sure wasn't many people there. Y'all will be seeing that video soon. Maybe tomorrow. And when I heard them say what Tammy's cost, the average person there ain't no sound in here, drummer. Reason you don't hear nothing is because there's nothing on. And I do got a noise cancel on. I do got a noise cancel on, but that's normal. This mic is doing what it's supposed to do. But I was actually thinking about the business. I don't know if people's gonna pay $40 for 2 plates. And you know how we are, y'all. So dang, Tim, could I eat steak for that much? That's how we think, Go to a high priced place. Could I eat steak? But it's better, y'all, to charge a little less than a little more. You will do more business charging less than you will trying to gouge people. And I know about the man from Walmart. I know how he doing. That's the way he thought. Sell for less. And that's the way I think too. Sell for less. And you'll make more money than you will trying to charge too much money. Because the truth is, the lay I noticed to drumming, I thought it was my see. Now I quit talking for a minute there, Charles. I was just thinking. That long pause, I just quit talking. I was just thinking, I do that sometimes. Y'all, the truth is people are not rich. Most of us We live from paycheck to paycheck. You know, and I mean, and it's almost all of us. I know that from, from just knowing. The people that actually have money, they don't like it neither. That's how they got the money. They are like the tightest people. They are tighter than we are, People that actually have money. I know a woman that she's had every kind of car that you can think of. And I'm talking about BMWs and, all that stuff. Lexus, BMW, all the high price stuff. And she could go get her any kind of car she wanted. Lives right over here in East of them. And she's got a car that's 20 years old. Leaks oil. Them people, they got their money. Well, a lot of them, That's the best kind of people that's got money is people that don't spend money. Man, we are used to living on the edge, see? When our bank accounts get low, it don't worry us a whole lot, because we're used to that. Our money's low till we get paid again. Amy said, you better watch it. Till we get paid again. That's a little while before we get paid again, too. I pay $40 for 2 plates, and you can give the plates to someone who can't afford it to buy 2 plates just to tell me how to do it. That's a pretty good one right there. And I know, y'all, there's people from all over the United States. And, to somebody that lives in New York or some of them high-priced states, they sit there and say, he's talking about $40. But like our money in Georgia is based on Georgia, not New York. All the people that live here, you can ask anybody you want to ask. You couldn't pay them to move to New York. Hey, y'all, we seen it all on TV. We all watch Crocodile Dundee. We don't want no part of that. But yeah, different places is, California is real bad. When I was selling antennas, I was wanting to fix it where nobody in California could buy an antenna. I think Utah too. And there's 2 or 3 states that I wanted to fix it where they couldn't buy an antenna, but you can't. If you ship an antenna to California, it's a bunch of shipping. The shipping's a bunch. Oh yeah, that Oregon's real bad too. Oregon. Price according to your family. Competition's only when you know your competitors. Then I've got to go. Catch you next time. Everyone have a good night. Hey, Sabrina, thank you for coming in. I hope you had a happy Valentine's Day. And I hope you get a bunch of kisses. I've done had my kiss for today. And y'all, the world is changing. I hear about stuff, like, I'm glad I'm at home. And I'm glad I ain't having to deal with stuff I used to deal with. People's mad. You're riding through town, you're riding too slow, they blow the horn at you. People's in a hurry. Mad. That's right, ship and keep up with the politics. Road rage. Road rage, y'all. That girl that come down there to Mama's. We don't know who that was. I mean, don't you know? You go knocking on a stranger's door, talking about, can I use your phone? I'm glad she's got that dog. Plus, I like the dog anyway. When she's on there, when I do watch. Yeah, that's crazy, Cajun Mom. Oh, I don't always watch Mom because a good many times I'm asleep. I just happened to be up the other morning and when I seen her messing up. But, I found myself sitting there watching that dog. He's walking behind her. In his mouth is just going. Well, I like him. And I think that dog's real good for Mama, but a stranger coming up to your door. Wanting to use your phone. And you don't want just anybody in your house neither. Looking around. I've seen people over here at my house before. I've seen this. They was looking at every damn thing we had. And I mean everything. I was watching her eyes. Hey, that's nice there, Pamela. I hate leaving the house anymore. I used to not be that way. Me too. Me too, y'all. You know what I mean? If I do leave, I stand back. You watch me if I go down there to that trail ride they gonna have. You watch me standing back. I don't want to be standing up there in the middle of everybody saying, hey, I'm Danny Hodges. That just ain't me, y'all, and it's never been, He said last time they was down there, they had a fight. And I don't want to get mad. But I mean, I can't fight anyway, Not no more. Not no more. And I just, I taught Stephen to just leave. You just leave. I mean, even if somebody says something to you, this is a grown man's world. It don't matter. Just leave. I was hunting one time and I was parking beside the road. And this man claimed that part of the road. That man don't own the side of the road. And he wrote a note and put it under my windshield. I didn't see it till it was on the way home. I seen that note flapping in the wind. Son, that made me so damn mad. Telling me not to park there no more. And nobody owns the side of the road, y'all. And boy, that started some trouble. And he was an old fighter. I guarantee you. I know him. I knew him. I wasn't ever friends with him or nothing, but he was an old fighter. I went back down there the next morning and I didn't even want to, but I parked beside the road again. And I was walking along there looking at him. He said, "You like what you're looking at, you SB?" I stopped out there in the road. I was walking, I said, "I tell you what." I said, "I know you think you bad." I said, "But if you step out here, we'll see just how bad you think you are." Probably the first time in his life he never stepped up to the plate. I'd have tore him apart, Joe. It's a good thing he didn't come. I would have tore him to shreds. But I mean, it's like the lady was saying, I didn't catch quite what the name was. Pro 72. Just get to where you just want to stay at home. And I don't think a lot of people's like that. Y'all seen people that, and it seems like it's getting worse. that got to be something going on. You know, this, I see you there, Carol. You know, got to be something going on. Some kind of a fuss, some kind of fuss with somebody, or somebody's doing this, or somebody's doing that. And what I want to be is right here with Tammy. I could be running around acting like a hoodlum. I could be calling women. I could be doing a bunch of things. But all I want to do is be right here with Tammy. Or if we go somewhere, I want her with me. That's what I want. Us to sit down and watch a movie. Us to talk. I think Grandma's got her an all-around dog, y'all. Well, y'all, I like normal. And I like normal women. Normal. Not got to be something going on. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. And Tammy don't come home and, you know, this person's doing that, she don't care, y'all. She don't care no more than I care. The way y'all actually are, just sitting around. And, you know, a little small talk every now and then. Watching TV, she's doing what she does on her phone. Yeah, I like normal Pamela Vargas. And I like normal women too. Not always fighting with somebody. Always gotta be picking or fighting or something all the time. You know, and it seems like that's a lot this day and time, you know, to me. Seems like that's a lot. Oh, I got friends and stuff, y'all. I want to tell y'all, I want to thank y'all for coming in here tonight. Remember, y'all, the days I put videos on Southern Ideas, I'll be on live that night, you know, if I go live on this channel. If I don't put a video on Southern Ideas, I'll be live on that channel. And I'm not trying to bring Danny S. Hodges back. Danny S. Hodges ain't never left. It's the main channel. It hadn't never left, y'all. And it don't never stop getting views, you know. People don't never stop watching. So I want to thank y'all for everything. thank the moderators. The rule is, if you're a moderator, you gotta come in. You gotta come in. You gotta come in and support the channel. So y'all, I want each and one of y'all to get a bunch of kisses. I want you to have a happy Valentine's Day. I want to thank everybody for everything. And Grandma will be on tomorrow. But we'll have y'all something new tomorrow on Tammy's channel. Hey there, Diana. Yeah, you might have to watch the replay. Thank y'all for everything. Good night, y'all. We'll see y'all on the next video. Bye, 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 bye.